Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Aftri Mariska. I'm a lettering artist from Indonesia. Today I'm showing you the sketching process of my new lettering piece, Keep Going. Lately I'm looking for more vintage feeling and I want to try to do some symmetrical botanical illustration with the lettering. I see a lot of people doing symmetrical stuff, so I think it's a bit challenging to create one that still have my own style in it. So I'm practicing basically with this piece. And I think that also goes well with the chosen words, which is keep going. So keep going, keep on practicing. And while I'm showing you this process, I also want to give you like a little bit of stories or update to my Patreon page. So if you haven't know already, I created a Patreon page on August. I know it's just been 2 months, but I already learned something from this project. Well, yeah, I consider Patreon as my long-time commitment project. So what's happening there up until now? So far I've made 2 sets of calendar wallpapers. I also made a monthly and weekly planner spread there, both for August and September of course. I also have some coloring pages there and like a work in progress stories and videos as well. And those are the benefits that I'm offering for my $2 and $6 tiers. And this September, I actually started to add a weekly update video for all tiers, talking about what's happening this week, kinda like what I've done, what I'm going to make, or like a personal story. Like last week, I talked about the thievery that was happening in my backyard. It's quite intense, that one. And then I have my higher tiers in Patreon, which is the $15, $25 and $40 tiers. In the $15 one, I called it the Learning Buddies tier. So my plan was to give people in the tier a monthly lettering project. These beginning months I was thinking to do the basics of lettering first, which is practicing together sans serif letters and compositions. For the $20 tier, on top of getting the monthly project, they can also get like a monthly feedback from me in a live stream event. So in a group of 10 people maximum. And if some people prefer to have a private feedback instead, they can choose the $40 tier. So I did manage to create the sans serif project on August for the $15 tier. Even though at that time I actually had problem with my laptop, but I did it and it was like 5 hours of video content. So I was very confident that I can manage to produce the serif lettering project this month. But yeah, I was totally wrong. So in my monthly project, my plan was to produce a recording with my voice in it. So while I'm drawing, I'm talking with you two at the same time, explaining what I'm doing. And to be honest, it's challenging to record like that with the kind of environment that I have, particularly. Like I don't have a soundproof room, so that's why you have heard like some noisy sound in the background. That's coming from vehicles passing by. I already don't care about that though, so I just let it be because I cannot really control that. And another thing that I cannot control is the rain. So if it's raining, I cannot really record, not only because of the sound, but also it makes the day too dark to record. And I realized slowly on natural light, so rainy day is not a good time to record for me. It has been raining a lot these past few weeks. And this year, in addition to that, I have a new nephew. So if he's coming to the house like a few times a week, I cannot really record on that that day, because I also cannot control when the baby is going to scream, Like, I'm totally okay with my nephew scream. It's so cute, but it means now that I only have like a short span of time to plan when to record. And even if I planned it, sometimes I cannot go with my plans due to my many other reasons. Like, oh yeah, one more thing that happens a lot when I record. You probably, if you've been following me on Instagram when I do one of my IG live, you probably know about this. Like, I got my allergic reaction just like that. Like, I'm allergic to dust, and I think I'm also allergic of body temperature changes. So because of that, I will sneeze nonstop and then continues to get runny nose and stuff, So sometimes I keep on drawing while sneezing, especially if it's like a live IG. So if it's not a live thing, editing the video for when this happened, when I'm drawing while sneezing, is, oh my god, it's a lot to do. So yeah, and sometimes I do need to take a break because sneezing is very tiring, so I cannot record eventually. The thing is, I'm hoping that Patreon is going to be one of my decent income sources. I saw a lot of success stories on that, but I know it cannot be like, I know it cannot be like that in such a quick turn, And as a self-employed artist, I need to diversify my income. So right now, the things in my list a part of doing Patreon are making new stuffs for my print-on-demand shops, finding and reach out for new commercial clients, offering some personal commissions, promoting my works through social media, and of course creating new stuffs for my other personal projects like my ABC of Buds project. And I need time to do that too. And this month I was actually only focusing on Patreon, especially the monthly project, because I don't know why this month particularly it's so hard for me to produce videos. So I'm taking a lot of time for that than I have planned to. And even though it took more time, some videos are not exactly in the quality that I'm looking for. And I don't want to share the one that I'm not satisfied with my Patreon, aka you. I don't want you to feel disappointed as I do when I was rewatching it. So yeah, I don't want to deliver it for you that way. I'm not actually aiming for super perfect ones, guys. I know my limit anyway. I can only record with my camera phone. I know I only use iMovie to edit, which is a free software for Mac users, and there's a limitation for editing with it. So with these challenges, I'm starting to thinking that my method of working for the monthly project is not working for me right now, but I don't want to stop the project. I still want to keep going with the monthly project anyway, especially like sharing with you the basics of lettering that I've been experiencing so far. And then I'm into typeface design. Like I want to create like the whole letters in a set as a typeface, and I want to share that process with you. And also like I want to share if sometimes I'm creating like a small murals or something. So I really wanted to do the monthly project for my Patreon. So I need to come with solutions for this, right? I was thinking that first maybe I can probably do voiceover, just like this. Like I record the video in advance and then record my voice separately and then combine them together. But actually for instructional video, when I'm showing you what I'm doing at that time, like what I want to create for the project, it is actually kind of hard, and it makes the work takes a lot longer than what I want it to be. More time is what I'm looking right now, right? So this solution is not really viable for that. And then I came up with another solution. So I'm thinking, instead of giving you a finished monthly project at once, I'll give you instead a consecutive work in progress as a weekly project. So for example, when we're doing the serif lettering practicing project, you'll get a new video every week. It could be approximately 30 minutes video, and in the video we will practice together like 3 to 5 letters, or maybe just one letter, because sometimes one letter is also a lot to explain. And then a few videos later that's showing the making of the lettering piece using the serif letters that we just created in the previous weeks. Because like one lettering piece can take a few hours to finish, so it might be separated into a few videos. So say that practicing all serif letters can go on up until 8 weeks maybe. So I think this solution is much more doable for me, so I can produce the videos for those higher tiers more regularly, but also have time to do anything else during the week. I mean, I still have to create the weekly update video for you for my Patreon, and then this YouTube video every 2 weeks, and then in the meantime I need to create for myself, for my shops, for Instagram. So yeah, I hope this can work nicely with this arrangement right now. I am actually kind of glad that nobody is in the tier yet, so I have time to learn about this and do changes to overcome these flaws that I experience. So for my second project now in Patreon, the serif letters, I have time now to re-record and produce better videos. Now for the $25 tier, where I want to offer a live streaming feedback session monthly, I think I'm also being too ambitious here, because we don't know what's going to happen at our scheduled time. All the things that I mentioned earlier could happen: the rain, the loud sound of people, and if I suddenly have allergic reaction. And it even could be worse, like we could have like a sudden power outage, and then it came down to the unreliable internet connection, or I will have no internet connection at all because of that. And I'm not making this up, my friends. I mean, they all have happened in the past, so I need to prepare also if it's happened again, right? And if it happened in our scheduled time, it would be very disappointing for you, and I want you to have the best experience as much as I could offer with your support in Patreon, but I also need to be realistic, right? So that said, I'm thinking to actually change the $25 tier from live streaming to a written feedback instead. So I'm going to create like a Discord group for this, for all the people in the tier, so we all can learn together from each other's work. And it means that that's a private group that we can have to discuss our lettering pieces. And I think that is awesome too. Now for the $40 tier, I'm just going to let it be as it is for now. So that said, I'm going to apply these changes and update the tiers descriptions after this video is published. Like I said, nobody yet in those higher tiers, so I don't really know if my solutions are going to work out well until then, until I have a feedback. If you are interested to be my patron in that tier, but at least I'm trying my best now to keep on going with this new method, and I don't close the possibilities of it's going to change again in the future. But I hope, yeah, it's getting better as we move on forward together. Well, if you came here because you want to create a Patreon as well, with the same offering as I do, for example, I hope this can give you an extra information to consider. So yeah, well, point of the story, keep going, right? I mean, don't give up. I'm trying to not giving up on this yet. I love doing lettering and I want to keep doing this for years ahead. I hope you've been enjoying watching this progress, guys. I know that I don't talk about the piece at all, but I hope it's okay. And if you'd like to support me on Patreon, by the way, I'll give you the link by the end of this video, or you can check out this video's description. So thank you so much for watching this video and listening to my rambling thoughts. And thank you so much for all of my patrons for supporting me in Patreon, because you keep me going in making this video and everything else. And you also help me feeding my cats. Thank you all so much, and I see you again in 2 weeks. Bye bye.